Smart. You're the... What would you like to see Scarlet Witch do next, or where would you like
I
to see her go?
mean, my favorite is House of M, but that would never happen. But
Never say never in
I
this
mean, if
brave new
she
world.
could have two fake babies and everyone tell her that they don't really exist, and then
Phantom.
her just go nuts, that would be unbelievable. But I don't think they're gonna do that. It might be a little too dark for the Marvel universe. When she loses her mind, it's my favorite thing in the comics.
So good.
Yeah.
I hate everyone's Wandavision theories. Hello, I'm Jacob Knight. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into all my thoughts and theories on the show, I just want to say we're so close to 100 subscribers. As soon as I get to 100 subscribers, I'll stop filming behind this deco brick wall, and I'll have an actual proper nerdy backdrop with a bunch of geeky things to fool you into thinking I have a personality, and really I just went to the dollar store and bought a bunch of crap to fill the background.
Now into spoilers. What did you think at the end when we saw the X-Men Quicksilver pop up?
I'm actually coming out with a video on this tomorrow on my own YouTube channel. You guys can check out Jacob Knight. There are a lot
as of recording.
people.
It is February 6th. I'm gonna try to have it up today. By the way, if I don't have it up today, that's just what
it'll be up on February 7th. But the point is, a lot of people are assuming and or kind of thinking that this is leading towards the Foxmen, X-Men being incorporated into the Marvel universe.
Foxmen.
Whereas,
I've never heard that.
I don't Foxmen. Yeah. The point is, no, that's not going to happen. They're not going to do that. At least I hope they don't do that.
Why do you think they're not going to do that? Or why do you hope not?
Because Feige loves his toys and loves his properties, and he wants as much control as he possibly can, and taking on a prior history from an entirely different company and different creative team is not something that he and his production friends would do, in my opinion. So I feel like they'd want to start fresh. So the fact that they incorporated that actor into the show is, to me, seeming as more as a nod to that past rather than, oh, they're linking these universes. And if they do link it, then I'm going to be upset because I don't want that. I want X-Men to start off fresh.
I mean, these kind of movies, the X-Men movies, especially the X-Men movie, actually, is a movie that's going to take years to build up to. I'm
okay with that.
Yeah, you need 5-10 years to do it. You need an exponentially long time to build up to it. So the fact that they are doing that is something that at least this seems to be in theory what they're doing, right? I don't know clue what they're doing, but it seems to be in theory what they're doing. The fact that they're doing that is pretty good to me.
Yeah,
I think it's just like a fun cameo. I don't think it's a real thing.
I have a feeling it's gonna, they're setting the foundation now.
Yeah, definitely.
This is my guess that fucking we have Noah over here going Super Saiyan, but
about to punch someone.
I think they're gonna cherry pick. So they're gonna have Evan Peters. Everyone loved Quicksilver for the Foxmen. And I think
really quick, I just want to say I think it's funny that they had to nerf him in Dark Phoenix because he was very powerful. They take him out not even an hour in so that he can't do anything about what's happening.
Doesn't he get basically killed?
No, he gets knocked out. Knocked out and hurt. But continue with what you're saying. I'm sorry.
Okay, so now I'm just kind of making this up as I go along, but it kind of makes sense as I'm saying it out loud. Mm-hmm. I feel like they're gonna cherry pick out of the Foxmen. They're gonna be like, everyone loved Quicksilver, everyone loved Michael Fassbender, everyone loved so and so. Those are the only two people I know at the top of my head. And they're gonna be like, okay, we're gonna bring these people in, and these were the only people who made it, who she was able to manifest from that reality. And again, we haven't seen the next episode, so we don't know it, but it seems like they don't really have, just going based off that few seconds we saw him, he has no knowledge of his past life essentially. So I feel like she's gonna manifest the Michael Fassbender, the Evan Peters, the so and so's, but then they're gonna start they're gonna be like, oh, these X-Men are already here. Now let's give a new Wolverine movie. Let's give new so and so. Get me?
Yeah, they're probably gonna do something like that.
No,
honestly.
they're not. I will bet both of you $100 right now that they're not going to do that.
What makes you so likely?
Yeah,
No?
you are very certain on this.
They want. I'm going to tell you all about these corporate minds. They want their own names. They want their own stories. They want their own versions of these characters, and they're not going to just pop someone over. The only reason Deadpool's popping over with that same actor is because everyone loves him and he makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
fans would riot if Ryan Reynolds was recast.
But
Fans
that's
are
the-
gonna riot because freaking Evan Peters isn't Quicksilver anymore. You know what I mean?
But wouldn't you say though, like Kevin Feige is like, I'm gonna sound like a Marvel fanboy right now, but he's
no, be a
like,
Marvel fanboy.
but like he's proven, like he's like, okay, like you can trust me with this. Like I know what's best. I've done insanely good. So what's not to say Kevin Feige's gonna be like, fuck it. If the story fits to introduce some X-Men in WandaVision, why don't we do it? You know?
Has the Incredible Hulk movies ever had a staple in the MCU?
Well, that's the thing though. That predates Feige, doesn't it?
Yeah, but the point, no. But the point is that that's just an example of if they wanted that actor, they could have had him like that. If they wanted him, they could have put a deal. He wanted his own actor, their own take of the character, and they're not going to take all that baggage from that last franchise on to their perfect little MCU baby. They're going to want to start fresh. So I am like 99% sure this is just a reference. This is not going to be them introducing anything. And as for the idea of multiversal bringing in, I think there was interesting detail that was brought into the episode. If you've watched it, there's the idea. If you guys have watched Full Metal Alchemist,
I'm sorry. I
there
don't
needs
watch
to-
it
Why
anymore.
you asking me?
there needs to be an equivalent exchange. The detail was brought in the last episode that just came out, that the clothing she was wearing was clothing, it was 70s clothing, but the matter itself was made out of the bulletproof vest that she had worn earlier. So the matter did not conjure from somewhere, it was simply altered or adjusted.
Mhm.
So that's just part of the illusion, which I think is interesting. And there's the last week's episode before this one, when Wanda kind of had a thing where part of a building got destroyed. She didn't snap her fingers and a new building appeared, a new wall appeared. She reconstructed everything. She's using the matter around her. She's not just conjuring things out of thin air. She
But-
needs the resources.
Mhm.
That would be a little weird because I like how they're incorporating that from the comic books into that. I can't pronounce what I'm saying.
Yeah. So she's not like reality warping
Yeah.
exactly, but she's taking advantage of the matter and things around her
Yeah.
to kind of change it. So it's
Yeah.
not nothing out of thin air.
I
Yeah.
will say this though. I am loving, because I think this is the first time we're like disagreeing on a podcast about something.
Oh, I've disagreed with you on many things, so I don't know what you're talking about.
But this is the first one I can remember in a while. But then again, we only film like a podcast once every 3 months. But yeah, I'm enjoying this discourse. And fuck, God, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah,
You were gonna
I
say
am-
that I'm right.
no, that was definitely not what I was gonna say. But one thing I'm loving is hold on, really quick. Don't you think it was funny how Elizabeth Olsen was like, "I'm gonna do my accent again"? All of a sudden, I was like, Why are you doing your accent again? Like,
No,
pick a lane, girl."
She did her accent because she was out of the warped reality.
Yeah, but okay, but in Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame, she didn't have an accent. She lost her
She-
accent.
I'm gonna say in her defense, even though what you're saying is kind of valid, I'm gonna say in her defense, when speakers of a different language come into another country that's predominantly not accented, this
That's
is
like the next common tongue.
you kind of lose that accent. You still have it, so, but it kind of lessens as you're around people that don't have it. It's just
Mhm.
kind of this cerebral thing that goes on. And I realize I'm explaining this wrong, but the more she's been in America, the less like accent she has.
Mhm.
So while we can debate on whether or not she did a good job of the accent in the first
No,
place,
not at all. Not at all. I think we can agree on that. That accent was shit.
so we can have that conversation. I'm fine with that, but I'm gonna say that just being in America for like the movies take their time, like 5 years or whatever, her
Yeah.
accent might have whittled down a little bit.
I would just say this. I know this is me nitpicking, but I'm like, do you have an accent? Do you not have an accent? Pick a fucking lane.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say
this is a very CinemaSins argument you're
Yeah.
giving right
I
now.
was gonna say it's been like 15 years, but yeah, go with it.
Mhm.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But okay, one thing I was before got off track about her accent. I'm loving how like Sword is like, dude, she's a fucking menace to society. Look what she did in Age of Ultron, and then like she busted into Sword headquarters, said, "Fuck everyone, I'm gonna steal Vision's body," and then go do this.
But you know what was interesting though?
What?
He said that he said that in Vision's will,
He didn't want to
he
be resurrected or anything.
yeah, he didn't want anybody to use his technology. He just wanted to be laid to rest. So why did Sword have his body?
That is true.
And why would they only now bring up this evidence, even if it was classified? It would have been given to Rambeau, who's a captain in the organization. She would have had that detail from the beginning. Like, this guy is sus as hell. Whether or not
Okay.
he's evil, we all know
Okay.
he's sus.
Hang on. Catch me up
Okay,
here.
go.
What is okay? So I know Shield, but so how does Sword get explained into this concept?
You want to take the ropes on this one?
No,
I could-
you talk about what they do while I look up the acronym, so I
Okay.
don't get it wrong.
So, in the MCU, Sword, they have just been introduced, but Sword was kind of like, they're like a space agency at first. I think
Yeah, I know what Sword is, but like,
Okay.
well, how do they come to be? Is what I'm saying.
they were just here, and in WandaVision, they've kind of been here, and remember the little girl in Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
She's one of the leads in WandaVision now, and she has been in Sword for some time. So Sword has been established, but we just never seen it up until now.
Okay.
And do you remember Carol's friend in Captain Marvel, her pilot friend? She
She did.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
did. Okay, but the point is she started Sword, and in this world,
Oh, okay.
Sword is sentient weapon observation response to Vision.
Yeah.
So while in the comics, Sword has been as of late kind of like a space thing. Right now, it's sort of like a
They're getting to the
observation of
space thing.
weapons, which is interesting.
One thing I've been noticing too, I've been seeing a lot on like Marvel TikTok, is that people are like, oh, they're referencing
Marvel
the fan-"
TikTok.
Yeah, trust me, I'm on a lot of different TikToks. It's weird, but they're saying they're referencing the Fantastic Four because they're saying that like they're getting into like quantum physics, like nerd talk. They're like, there's this quantum vibranium blah 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 blah, but there's one man who I know can solve this riddle. And it was like they're clearly talking about Reed Richards, and look at the way she drew the four right there, is much like the Fantastic Four. And then like they've also like said in like past conversations, they're like, yeah, some of our astronauts in space haven't come back. We don't know where the fuck they are. And people are like, are they referencing the Fantastic Four right there a little bit? So I am kind of loving this. I realize how much I've kind of missed this like Marvel theories, but when it's like less chaotic. But it's like, yeah, maybe they are kind of hinting at Fantastic Four right here as well. They're like referencing them. It'd be cool if we see like Reed Richards before he is Mr. Fantastic. That would be really cool to see him pop up and be like, yeah, this is how you get in her shield.
My
Fucking
only
carry the X right over here. Boom, you're in.
My only problem is that has there even been an actor casted for Reed Richards yet?
No.
Yeah,
There
so
there is one thing though. I was talking about it with my girlfriend, who's totally real, and I've never made up. Um Elizabeth, I saw this clip that Elizabeth Olsen, well, not a clip, it was a quote pool that journalism lingo right there. Dun, 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 dun. But it was like she was saying that, oh, we're gonna have a big cameo at the end of WandaVision that's going to be as surprising as Mando having
Yeah.
Mark Hamill. So I'm like, who the fuck can you have? And I will come out and apologize if I am wrong, but I am saying there can be no cameo as big as Mark Hamill because Mark Hamill has that legacy to him. He is Luke Skywalker.
no,
You know?
I don't think he. I don't think at this point he has that legacy to him. I think at this point he's just kind of like there lurking in the background, kind of like more so.
No, but what I mean though is like when you saw Mark Hamill, when you saw Luke Skywalker and
I
The
hated
Mandalorian,
it.
you lost. You didn't.
I did not like that.
You really you didn't like it?
I didn't. I think it should have been. Okay, I have actually. Okay, we're getting off topic. Because we could spend an hour on why I didn't want Luke in the finale. But let's go back to WandaVision.
Okay, but the thing is like going back to my point is like Hamill Luke Skywalker has that clout name. that you know. But it's like, who the fuck in the MCU can you do that with? You know, you have to introduce like a Galactus, or you have to introduce Doctor Doom, like ready to fuck shit up. You get what I mean? Like, you have to do something really, really
Yeah,
big.
I know what you're saying.
Which is why I'm like super doubtful. But then again, if I am wrong, I will come out and apologize. Until then, I'm not apologizing for shit.
I took quite a long hiatus on this channel just to deal with my own life. But those of you who are continuing to watch me, I really appreciate it, because I enjoy, even when the comments are like sex bots or people calling me like bad names, I still enjoy talking to people and seeing their reactions to my theories and ideas and hearing what they have to say. So in conclusion of all this, if you want to tell me what you think, what your theories are, put them in the comments down below. I'd love to read them. This has been Jacob Knight. Remember, don't like and don't subscribe, but please comment. I'll check you later.